Due to recent actions by the Federal Trade Commission and the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, YouTube has become a scary place for kids' content or content that might attract kids under the age of 13. The problem is defining exactly what content, kids' content, and content that attracts kids means. Heck, even some of the lawyers I follow online say the guidelines are too vague to make compliance easy. It's possible that simply reporting or mentioning things like recreation department activities, color run, Easter egg hunt, trunk or treat, street fair, etc., or police department related items like the Explorers Club, Cops for Kids, National Night Out, neighborhood visits, etc., parades, murals, Livingston Youth Football, Livingston High School Athletics, and so on could be caught up in YouTube's AI sweep for kid attractive content. That would not be a good thing. It's a nightmare for creators now. I don't want to take up a lot of time for all the gory details, but I do want to ask you to do something if you would please. In the description below this video, there is a link to a petition to save family-friendly content on YouTube. Please, please, please sign it. There is also a link to the FTC comment page and links to help you out if you don't quite know what to say. Just a few words. That's all I ask. The deadline is December 9th. With that out of the way, greetings everyone. This is the Gardening Snail of Livingston, California. If you're interested in what's happening at City Hall, among other things, or just want to keep track of what our local politicians are up to, welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when future videos are uploaded. New water, wastewater, and garbage rates, a new finance director, a multi-million-dollar energy upgrade, and a new lighted crosswalk. In this video, we will look over the December 3rd, 2019 City Council meeting agenda and talk briefly about the presentation and discussion and possible action items. This is one of my longer agenda packet overviews. The dollar amounts involved are huge, and the long-term impact on the city is significant. I've done my best to summarize this into the most essential bullet points. I would suggest listening to the whole thing one time through. Then go back and look at any items that catches your attention, preferably on a large screen. The first item on the agenda is a presentation about future water, wastewater, and garbage rates. There have been multiple meetings by the Stakeholders Committee about this prior to it going before the Council. 2 members of the Council, plus County Supervisor Espinoza, were assigned to this committee in 2018 when this review cycle began. After the presentation on future water, wastewater, and garbage rates are the typical announcements and reports. After that is citizen comments time, followed by the consent calendar with only one item this time, the warrant register. These discussion and potential action items are huge. They include the hiring of a new finance director, the installation of a new lighted crosswalk, a groundwater sustainability plan, and the construction and lease purchase agreements for a large energy-saving heating and air conditioning system and energy-saving system. Employment agreement between the city and Vanessa Portillo for the position of finance director. The city has been without an assistant city manager, finance director since mid-2017. Since then, Brad Grant has served as the interim finance director. The city tried twice to hire a new assistant city manager finance director, and failed to find qualified candidates for that position. In early September 2019, the city tried again, this time eliminating the duties of assistant city manager. The annual base salary will be $129,612. I scrolled through the employment agreement and picked out a few things some of you might find interesting. For example, Portillo will be credited with 80 hours of vacation leave at the time she commences employment, credited with 80 hours of sick leave at the time she commences employment, and will be provided with life insurance coverage in the amount of $129,612. There will be a monthly automobile allowance of $200 so Portillo can commute to work and perform any duties outside the county of Merced. Here's the termination of employment clauses and how if she is fired without cause, she would be entitled to severance pay. If she is fired without cause, she would be entitled to 3 months base salary, but would probably have to sign a waiver saying she won't sue the city. Solar wireless in-ground lighted crosswalk at F Street and Briarwood Drive. This allows the city manager to bypass the formal bidding procedures and replace the existing crosswalk system, which is not working. Execution of groundwater sustainability plan. Because basically, we're sucking more water out of the ground than is getting replaced by rain and snowfall. This plan must be adopted by January 2020. There are 3 groundwater sustainability agencies included in this plan. A $1.5 million grant from the California Department of Water Resources is paying for the planning. A consulting firm began work on the plan in late 2017. There was a stakeholders committee and a draft and revisions to the draft. The final plan is now ready for adoption. If it is not adopted by January 2020, the state will get involved. The basic idea of the plan is to achieve sustainable groundwater management on a long-term average basis by increasing recharge and/or reducing groundwater pumping while avoiding undesirable results. The photo on the left includes a 3D model of the Merced subbasin. This page talks about water budgets and achieving a 50-year average change in groundwater storage of net zero. Sustainable indicators and monitoring network wells. This page includes the location of monitoring wells, states that water allocation agreements have not yet been finalized, and that it is going to cost $1.2 million to $1.6 million to implement this thing. And that costs for the projects involved are estimated to be an additional $22.9 million. There will be a 60-day public review period, and if the plan is deemed inadequate, the state gets involved. Contract with Trane for energy-saving heat and air conditioning systems and lease purchase agreement with U.S. Bancorp. Noresco was hired in May 2018 to help vet and select a consultant to provide an energy, water resources audit and implementation of energy and water efficiency improvements. Trane Building Advantages was selected on July 17, 2018. A preliminary energy audit began in August 2018. The utility rates, which is the Water, WasteWater, and Garbage Committee, met on multiple occasions to review the results, as this would have an impact on future water rates in addition to the impact on the general fund. The proposed projects and upgrades are projected to save the city over $3 million over 20 years. During meetings of the Utility Rate Stakeholders Committee, representatives of Train promised certain savings guarantees. However, the exhibit spelling out this guarantee was not included in the agenda packet posted online at the time this video was created. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out the description below this video for those links to the FTC petition and comment page I mentioned earlier. If you don't like what I have here, that's okay. Thanks for sticking around this long anyway. Either way, tell me about it in the comments. You might also want to check out some of the other links in the description below. I am including a link to the most recent Utility Rate Stakeholders Committee meetings in the video description below this video. I'm also including a link to a Wikipedia article about California's Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. The presentation on water, wastewater, and garbage rates at this council meeting is an important one. The next Proposition 218 hearing shouldn't be too far away after that. I am also including the contact information for the police chief, county supervisor, city manager, and city council members, just in case you want to contact them directly.